Hello everyone, here is Max again, and on this second video I want to show you how you can create your own configuration based on your current Do-Right install. Now, first of all, I would like to show you my current setup, what solutions I have installed on my demo environment, and then we can go from there. On the admin portal, you will see I do have installed the Do-Right core solutions, human resources, finance, party and global address book, and supply chain extended. Pretty much all the solutions available are installed. On F&O itself, there is nothing special installed. It's based on Contoso data, so it's demo data, and I do want to link DEMF, and we can then start from there. When I look in the data management itself and under Do-Right, or you can also click on the direct link on the application. You can see there is already maps running and set up. Now, in the case of exporting the configuration, the tool is not going to help you setting up the environment for the first time. So if you have a configuration already or an environment where you have everything set up like you want it to be set up, this is where you would start then with creating your own configuration. So you can use the standard config to firstly set up your environment, but the best case is you need to first manually set it up as you want it, like with all the integration keys and the maps you want to have running it. Then you create an export or a snapshot of your current settings, and then from there you can use this configuration to apply it to different instances, different environments, etc. Now, how to get this now exported into your own configuration file where you can then work or can continue work on it. Let's go back to the application. First of all, as in the first part of the video, you enter all your data you need, and then the run mode you will select export configuration. Preferable, you will have export maps and status running. So if you have just a certain amount of maps, let's say out of the box maps are quite a lot, but you just want to have the ones you really need, then just put them into a running state and then select the export maps in status running. This will give you all the maps which are currently running. When we go back to my environment, these will be 71 maps totally selected or totally running. The additional export options, there is two different ones. The default export, which will then put any author and latest version in the configuration file, which you then can see here and here. Or you select exact version and author. This scenario is I would use when I would do a deployment from UAT. So you had a successful test with your map versions, and you want to exactly put this version number into production. Then you would create first an export of the UAT and then apply the newly created configuration file against the production environment, just to make sure that exactly the same things are applied. In this case, I just take the default export or any author. Also on a note, if you have, or let's say if you have here a configuration file as a basis, so means whatever you have set up here, the tool is trying to merge these settings. So if it finds the map again in this configuration file, it will, for example, assign the same group into your new configuration file. Optional, you can also set up a new configuration file name. It will then come up here as a drop-down. I will just call this MaxTest01, and whenever you're ready, you can then start the application. It will start the application, it will download an Edge driver as mentioned in the first video, and then it will open an in private Edge window, entering the credentials you specified above. It opens the DoRide backend page and fetches the token. From there on, it will create the configuration file. Depending on how many maps you have, this can take a few minutes. Also, while this is exporting, it says here getting dependencies, this might take a while. So the tool is trying to put the maps into the correct order, depending on the dependencies. So whenever you start a map, for example, you have this show related map, table maps. So the tool is checking these, and based on these settings, it's trying to get them into the correct order. This is particularly important for the initial sync. But however it exports the order, you can change the order in the configuration itself as well. Once the application is finished, it will give you in the output window application stopped successful without errors. And then once that's done, you will find your new configuration file in the dropdown with all the maps which were in running state. You can then also see in the configuration itself that all your maps are there. From there, we can go into the next video on how to modify the configuration.